Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, and I say we because I got the number 55, Jared Kelly, in the booth with me here today. We're excited to be here at Pocono Raceway. We are going to be having, I think we got 75 laps here, Jared, as pace car leads them off pit lane here, and we're getting ready to rock and roll. I'm trying to get the audio for the cars unless you hear them, Jared.
Oh, that's a really good question. Let me just reload here and pull up the live. I hear them.
You hear them.
So
okay.
Microphones are working and everything.
Okay, got it. I had it on my end too. Okay. Close. All right, cool. Pace cars coming down the backstretch, Jared, and these cars are getting ready to get started. Let me get my. This is the second race of the playoffs, and we are going to have. Let me see if I get my standings up.
There's a wall there.
Okay, so the guys with the swords are above the cut line, and the guys with the caution markers, the triangles, those are the guys below the cut line. So the top 10 advance to the next round. This is the second race of 3, so this isn't the elimination race just yet. This is just round 2 of 3, but that's just to give you an idea of who needs to looking for a good race. But Dennis Puckett did not make last race. This is his first race in the playoff series. Jack Savall, I believe he might have had an incident in that last race. Gary Wright, same thing. David Brenner had some incidents, and Joseph Wolfis had some incidents. That was Dante Wright with the bad connection, I remember correctly now. We all remember the old connection there from old Dante. But, all right, Jared. They are getting closer. Okay, pace car's off, Jared. Davidson at the Geico restart line. He is launching off real tight, and they are approaching the start-finish line, and they are off. Green flag racing. Jason Landry's on the outside here. Jared going to give him all he can get coming down into this turn 1. Very fast turn 1, by the way.
Oh, yeah, and it bottlenecks right on the exit, too, so these drivers are going to have to watch out for that bottleneck. Also, don't forget, there's a little bit of a bump there in the middle that can offset some of the cars, and we see some cars get pushed tight. And we've also seen some controversial passes on the exit there as well. But the air is going to play a big part here. Want to be in that draft, stay with the group.
Taking a shot from up top. I believe this is coming out of turn 3.
Sorry.
Oh, we got some little bumping and grinding in the back here. Taking a look. Oh, looking good. Some contact there. Oh, it looks like Dennis Puckett's up in the outer wall and sends it into the sand barrier.
Got the last lap.
Oh my! Incident not even on the first lap, Jared. I'm going to go ahead and maybe get a rewind here if we get a little closer view of what exactly happened. All right, we will rewind it here with our technology. We get a better look at maybe what happened here between Dennis Puckett. So Jared, looks like Dennis is starting down low, gets slowed up by the 875 of Smith, and just starts climbing up the track, gets involved with the 99 Jack Savall, sends Smith into the wall.
Come on, man.
And hit hard. That's unfortunate for that playoff driver in the number 12, Jared, as he missed the first race. And now with that crab walking number 12, trying to get him back into pit road, which he does a good job of, but that might end old Puckett's day there. Bad luck for the number 12. His race is about over before it even started, Jared.
Yeah, it almost looks like that right front is almost locked up. It's moving now, so something must have broken free. A little bit of a motor issue as well as the smoke coming out of the back. So, yeah, that's a huge issue. If that motor blows up, that's at least about a half-hour repair, and we all know that these races go by pretty quickly. So if he does get back out, it's going to be multiple laps down.
Jared, that number 12 car looks like my wife leaving the Starbucks line after getting a Frappuccino. Is about how bad that number 12 car looks going down the road.
Well, you're a braver man than I would be to say that on live broadcasting.
All right, Jared, with our technology here at the Cavalcade Racing booth, we are going to head and fast forward this bad boy up here and see where David Medina leads off. We're going to get that pace car back on track and get going again. But yeah, I just wanted to say, Jared, it's a pleasure to have you back up in the booth. I definitely missed you.
I missed being in the booth.
I know.
Times you just didn't invite me.
I know. I was just trying to knock some of these out, but I think we got 2 more after this year to get caught up with the regular season, and we'll be back on track because that's my goal, is to try to get us caught up here so we can just be on schedule again. But I think the pace car lights are off. No, they're still going. They are still going. Let's zoom in on that beautiful pace car. Oh yeah, that Ford Mustang lights are on. I don't know what year Mustang that is there, Jared. It's definitely not a...
Looks like a generation from 2005 to 2015.
That's correct, Jared. I think so. I think iRacing, though, might need to update that pace car. But those lights are finally off, Jared. And, all right, let's get them. That's turn 1. And here they come down the back stretch. Whew, they're flying by.
They're at full speed.
They're at full speed. That's turn 2 here at the Tricky Triangle. It is the trickiest of all triangles, Jared, as they like to say. But, all right, Jared, that pace car now looks like he's about ready to get on off the track there. As they exit turn 3, pace car is off. We're going to go back to David Medina as they get this thing started once again. And he is off and crossing the start-finish line. David Medina leads the pack across. And we have one left. I think that's lap 6 down out of 75. Yes, that is correct. 69 laps to go here. As the field gets spread out.
Everybody trying to shuffle in line, get their spots in. Try and get single file to maximize all the potential you can get through the corner. Further back, it looks like the 31's losing a lot of speed. Had a check up there, looks like.
Well, he's 31. It's just nervous around that 55, Jared. 55's been known to like to race people real aggressive, and I think the 31's just a little nervous.
Ah, good to know. It's just a little bit of side drafting, trying to force the air onto that rear spoiler, slow him down.
Jared, I think this is the track last season or 2 seasons ago where you came. It was one of the first laps, and I was underneath you. And we touched, and it sent me flying in the inside wall. Actually, it's the 55 just comes across the 31's nose there. No worries.
Places to go, names to take.
There you go. All right, let's see what we've got going on, Jared. Any more close? This looks like Nick Mills and Ryan Twinham. They're battling out quite a little bit there.
Yeah, Nick had to started from the pits.
That's
was
right.
late to the grid, and luckily got really lucky with that first yellow. Was able to get back up with the pack and have a really good shot here to get a really good finish. But yeah, for our Formula One fans, it's almost like a DRS train here at Pocono. Single file, everybody following the same person. Just trying to stay with the group.
And Jared, you see any close battles, just shout them out to me. I'll get the camera onto them. As right now, it looks like that's the McComas in the 877 and Twinham. Twinham's going to do a great job passing him on the outside, coming down this long front stretches. He's got the number 31 car in his sights.
Well, now we just had a pass with Justin Malarkey, and now Buddy Sally passing the 77 to Jake Ashe in that retro Ford Mustang.
Thank you for that, Jared.
Buddy's going to tuck in right behind the 77. Couldn't get a run. Didn't have the air. But Jake's going to have to lift here, getting off the corner. Got really close.
Sorry.
And there's been Jake's famous tagline of the Surrey. Oh, love it, Jake. You don't need to be sorry, baby. It's racing. Come on now.
But yeah, really close racing between Buddy and David, and then now not to mention another David, but Brenner and Dante, they were really close coming off of turn 3, almost door to door. Dante's going to try and cut him down low, force him to lift longer, but it's not going to stop David Brenner. He's going to push on by. Had a really good finish in the NIF series. I believe it was 3rd before being taken out on the last lap. So David knows how to get it done here.
It looks like Dante right there in the number 33. He had a terrible first race of the playoffs with his internet connection, but definitely looks like he's back on track today. Hasn't had any blinks just yet. Don't want to jinx him. But the 33 looking strong today. Looks like his computer's ready to go. So we'll keep an eye on him during this race, see what he can do. Alright, I put our little spread sheet down here, the last lap, everyone, so it's not the 10 lap average just yet. I think that the pit stop caution kind of threw that time off, so I'll leave it here with the last lap. You can kind of see who's been running, where everyone stands with those last laps. Looks like Brenner's doing a great job though, Jared, as they're starting to pick up the pace, but Landry right now looks like he has the fastest lap that last time by. Joseph Volpis in that number 13 car doing a great job right now. He is one of the cars that was below the cut line, so right now he's in P3 is what he's looking to need to move on to the next round in that number 1-3.
Yeah, Joe's got to be really consistent within these playoffs. Had that incident back at Homestead, a really difficult track. But now he's on to the tricky triangle where it's really important to where you are with track position and also fuel strategy.
Then Jared, you hate to put you on the spot, but you know what we're looking for fuel runs?
I was just about to get started with that.
Okay, well I'll let you get the calculator out there and figure out. I think it was gonna be around 30.
Yeah, 29, 30-ish.
Yeah.
For pit stops. But they did have that yellow flag, so they were able to save maybe about a lap or 2 with fuel. So, but yeah, it's going to be really close, and it's going to be really important where you pit and when you pit, because you'll have guys that try to do the undercut and try and see if they pit earlier, they can jump the people in front of them with fresher tires. But we'll have to see.
All right, it looks like Dante Wright and David Brenner caught up to the back of Jake O'Shea as they are going to make their way around. Dante's got places to go as he squeezes up on the outside of Brenner and makes his way past him down the front stretch. It's got the big run and going to get behind the draft of Jake O'Shea as they hit into turn 1. We're on board with Dante Wright right now. We're going to go ahead and take a look here. Up front, you can see David Owens battling it out with Buddy Sally. Sally using that inside line, but right here, I think the dominant line on this track is it's kind of a one group track here at Pocono. It's just about getting the really good exits on these long straightaways. As Dante dives it down low on Jake. Oh, they touched
a little bit
Jake.
door
No,
contact.
Sorry, Jared.
No, it's all right. But yeah, like how you were saying, it's basically a one groove track. It's really hard as they go 3 wide through turns 3.
Oh, jeez.
Dante's going to try and get that outside line momentum.
And Brenner's had enough as he slams him up the track. Says we don't like that kind around here, David Brenner says, as Dante Wright's able to squeeze by somehow. Looks like there's some neck code involved, but he gets by him somehow as David Brenner didn't take too kindly.
Yeah, the more these guys battle out, the more wear they put onto their tires. Affect the overall grip.
right, let's jump on board here. Take a look at Sally. I think he's got some pace right now, Jared, as he's sitting here in P5. He's trying to chase down Malarkey, as he did get by David Owens.
Yeah, Buddy didn't race much last season, but he came back for, I believe it's season 9, and he's had a lot of speed in his car, running in the top 5 consistently. I don't think he is part of that playoff hunt. I haven't been around very long to know who's in the playoff hunt or not. I just show up when I want to. But
Jared,
yeah,
who you were talking about?
Buddy?
Sally. Yeah, he is definitely in the playoff. Yeah, he had a great run last week, and he is one of the 16 drivers trying to make it into the 10.
Yeah, just a lot of speed out of that 21 car. With the old retro paint schemes, kind of his bread and butter now. So, just really good seeing that the progress that he's made.
Oh, we got a cluster back here as Kevin Kyle's holding up this whole group. Further back in the pack, you got Ryan Twinham, Nick Mills, David Buell, Jax Duvall. As you can see, the line starting to form behind that 31 car. Oh, yeah.
It's like a snake. Everybody trying to be able to see where they're going. I like what Ryan did right there going into turn 1. You saw Nick sit right behind the 31 car, and that actually affects the handling of the race car. That dirty air hitting the nose, not being able to put as much downforce on the front. But Ryan went down low to where nobody was at, get that clean air, more downforce on the nose, better traction within the corner. You can see a lot of good runs coming from doing that.
And something to take note too, as we're talking about Nick Mills, looks like his last pit, he took advantage of that caution and came in on lap 5 to probably top off the fuel. So something to keep an eye on, as this race might go green flag racing for a long green flag run, is what I'm trying to say.
Jake Ashe falling off from that duo of Brenner and Dante. Has the old 55 caught up to his rear bumper.
And Jared, I don't know if you can see on the stream, but on the stream on the left, on the standings, the dudes with the swords, the X's, they are above the cut line, and the dudes with the little caution triangle are the dudes that were below the cut line before the race started.
Noted.
Okay. Got 16 of them right now, so this is the field of 16, gonna get cut to 10.
So is that what happened when they cut my pay by not having me come broadcast a couple of races? They gave you better technology?
That's right, Jared. I had to make some budget cuts, invest into the broadcasting system, but we were able to get you back. Had some big sponsorship on board. Speaking of sponsors, one big shout out to FarmersOnly.com. Farmers Only. You don't have to be lonely at FarmersOnly.com. Big shout out to them, our primary sponsor here at the Cavalcade Network. Big shout out to them. So definitely going to get some good shots from the Farmers Only blimp later on in the race.
Looks like Jake blinked out a little bit there on the straightaway between 2 and 3, but he's back now.
And I have a blink counter from because last week was so funny to watch Dante. He broke the record. Right now, our leader in blinks is David Brenner at 8 blinks. Jared Kelly's got 3, and Jake Ashe, we just witnessed, has the 1. So right now, David Brenner winning that blink. The blinker. I'm going to call it the blinker. Is the name of the trophy.
Good. It's good to see that Brenner's winning something.
It really is. Like, it really is. It warms the heart, Jared. It warms the heart. All right, let's get back on track and see if we got any close battles here as things get kind of spread out. I think Sally might be battling here. Oh, yeah, Sally just went by Malarkey. Malarkey might be trying to save some more tire right now as Malarkey falls back in line of the 21, but he's got Owens now on the back bumper as these three sit P4, 5, and 6.
And that train from P11 all the way back to P5 or P14 now. Still in line, still in the draft. Little freight train action going down. But that train has a new conductor, and that's Nick Mills.
Yeah, Mills doing a great job, starting to really kind of stretch it out there. Kevin's trying to hold on to that draft as much as he can, but Nick's doing a great job. Wyndham seems to have fallen off a little bit of the pace there, off the back end of that train, as he gets loose right there coming out of turn 2. Let's take a look at Buell here. Buell might be trying to make a move on the old 31. If I remember correctly, I think 31 and the 52 work a lot together this race. But like you said, Jared, there's David taking the high line, trying to get more air on that, clean air on that nose.
Yeah, it's always good strategy to go where the other guys aren't, especially on restarts and these long green flag runs. But back up front, as they come across the start-finish line, it did look like Jason Landry was a little bit faster. Maybe not that lap, but lap before he was about 200ths faster than Medina, so he's slowly gaining maybe inch by inch on Medina for that lead position, as Joe Volpes sitting there in P3 having a really good, strong day.
And another addition to our technology, Jared, is I have a lap time graph brought to you by Race Labs. Shout out to Race Labs. You know, guys can sponsor us anytime you want, but kind of just see the lap times there starting to steadily climb up as those tires wear down. But not too much of a fall off there by David Medina Sr. Let's go ahead and jump on Landry and take a look at his graph. Take a look at, see where he's falling in line. Looks like he ran pretty hard there at the beginning, and then he's had some bad laps there in the red dots. Those dots indicate each lap kicking by, and that's going to be a graph of the last 30 laps. So we'll check back in on that later in the race. Just another little piece of information we have here at the Cav OK broadcast.
Yeah, 24 laps in, you definitely have the tires a little bit worn down. Handling's probably at a minimum. Car's probably pushing really tight, as I looked like Justin Malarkey got up into the wall a little bit, but that was he was really far away from the camera, so don't really know for sure.
Let's take a look at Mills. Looks like Mills might be in a little bit of a battle here with Jake Shea again. Jay and Mills battling outside. Mills has the inside fender.
Now where Jake is sitting at, it's okay for Nick to get a nose ahead. It's all about the exit out of turn 3 down this very long straightaway. But it looked like he pushed a little bit tight up the racetrack, had to maybe get off the gas a little bit stop from going into the outside concrete wall, as he's gonna give up that position as Nick goes right by him in turn 1.
Okay, let's take a look at Buell here and Kevin. Oh, and Buell and the Shea there. Buell's going to go on the inside of Jake. Jake's in a battle, though. Not just going to give that position up too easily.
See, that was a really good corner by Jake. Was able to get to the power in the middle of the corner, even though Buell had the nose ahead. And he had a really good exit, so he can be side by side with Buell with equal momentum.
All right, so Landry's close to looks like 0.2 of a second on David Medina Sr. This is the closest battle, though, heating up back here for P12, and these are all three: Jake Shea, Buell, Kevin Kyle, Jack Savall, Mills, they're all involved here in the playoffs, so
You came through
everyone
very
battling.
quiet.
All right, Jared, and it looks like lap 21, Ryan Twinham might have came in and got pitted.
Yeah, Joe Vulpes going into the pits this time now.
Yep, Jared, good call on the Joe there, getting 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles onto that race car and a fresh tank of Sunoco fuel. As that number 13 gets the left put on, and away he goes back on track. Pocono's such a large track, Jared, he's going to be able to stay on the lead lap. Jared, you know, in my notes here, I believe Ryan Twinham had a speeding penalty on lap 22. So that's probably what's caused him to, because I'm showing Ryan a couple laps back. I don't know what it's saying for you.
Yeah, it's telling me that Ryan is still in the pits, so I think he is either on his out lap or he's still in the pits serving his penalty.
4. Okay, Buell makes the pass on the 31. I think he passed him as Buell now cycles the P8. Now Buell last pitted on lap 5 as of looks like Mills came in early too. Looks like Mills came in on lap 27. Owens came in already. Jump back up front with our leaders.
Back front pitting.
That was David Beal on the radio saying that he's coming down pit road.
And the 31 follows in line.
I'm keeping my eye on Joe Vulpes. He was the first one to come down pit road, trying to see what the time difference is between new and old tires. So he's coming out of turn 3 right now to the front straightaway. We're going to see what the time difference is.
Hey, Justin, I'm going pit right here.
Yeah, let me get these.
Okay, I'm coming too.
About
Last
2
laps
tenths. 2 tenths faster than Medina, the leader, but he is on new tires.
22 pitting.
As now Brenner and Justin Malarkey and Buddy Sally come down pit road.
Yeah, there you can see on the graph on the last laps, Vulpes running that 54-second almost flat compared to Landry and Kelly. I believe those guys are still on old tires there, as said, Jared, just under like a half a second faster with those fresh tires.
Yeah, and there are 5 guys still on the still need to make that pit stop for fuel. They should be coming in around this lap 30, 31. Is when we should be seeing as Medina pulls off pit road and Jason Landry's going to stay out. He's going to go one more lap. .55 also coming down pit road, hard onto the brakes. Very tricky. Locks him up a little bit. He saved it. Pure talent out of that car. And Jake Ashe now down pit road, so it's just Jason and Jax Duval just to make their pit stops.
So, Jared, what do you think about that new Toyota Camry update for the Cup Series next year? Have you had a chance?
It's a different look. It kind of reminds me of almost like a Hyundai Sonata or Elantra, the way the nose is shaped. But
I think we're not going to tell till we see some paint schemes on it to really get a good idea.
Well, we'll have to see what they do at the super speedways and the drafting tracks. with that front nose.
Now, is Chevy
As
going to
Joe-
update at all? Oh, sorry, Joe.
Yeah, Joe just passed David Medina for position, I believe. So definitely had that momentum as David was coming out of pit road trying to get back up to speed.
Yeah, so Jared, a great example there of taking some fresher tires sooner and being able to take advantage of that. As David stayed out a little bit longer, he lost more time compared to Joe, but now David's got the little bit of fresher tires here and see if it evens out.
Now Jason Landry's out, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can keep that lead spot. But yeah, I know the Chevys are going to probably update maybe after next season because of the 2024 is going to be the last year of the Camaro in production.
That's right.
So, not sure what they'll bring back because they also discontinued the Impala line. So the only sedan Chevrolet has is the Malibu.
What about the Volt, Jared? Do we see a Volt?
I don't think we'll see the Volt.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, I think the Malibu would be that the next Cup car, unless they bring the Impala back.
They probably got something sneaky up their sleeves.
Yeah, Dave Medina trying to get past Joe here down the back straightaway. See if he can get a run here going into turn 2. Slide across the nose, he's clear. Awesome setup from David Medina.
Yeah, it looks like Joe got a little, I don't know, it got a little rough there coming off that turn, a little twitchy. You just need to, just stay smooth and follow in line of the number 9 and get the draft and fight, live to fight another day as he's losing a little bit of momentum there.
Finally, Jax Duvall now down pit road as he falls down the timing table.
96 fitting.
And the 96. Who is the 96?
Looks like it's Smith. Smith is Matthew Smith. That's the 875, I believe.
So 96 must be a number he's used to saying. P7's heating up with a battle between the, I won't say teammates, but they work together quite frequently. There's nothing official there between Dante Wright and the 55. If I remember correctly, we were going to try and push each other to try and catch up to David Owens.
And it looks like you guys are 7 seconds back of Owens right now?
Roughly, yeah, 8-ish. Okay. A long ways back to make up a lot of ground.
Now, what do you think happened there, Jared? Is just Owens and them are running just that much faster than the rest of the group?
Well, I think before, I think Brenner fell all the way back to P12. He had a really slow stop, so that kind of separated the group, I guess. Trying to think who else was up there fighting with Malarkey and Owens, but I think that was it. So I think it was just the time difference of where they were on track. I don't think it has anything to do. I mean, David Owens pitted on lap 27, so you have that undercut in place while Dante 29, Kelly 30. So I think it's just where they pitted as they passed Matthew Smith in the Star Wars car. But we're going to get a really good bump draft down the front straightaway, I believe, here. At least it was close. I know we touched one of the times, but that seems to be the closest group besides Nick Mills and Buell, who are about a half a second away from each other, with Kevin Kyle waiting in the wings as well. They're going to try and catch up to that duo in P7, P8, try and make it a 5-man group.
Yeah, and then let's go check in on David Brenner right now. Man, Brenner really needs to have a good race here. He had a struggle last week, put him under the cut line, and he's battling right now in P12. with Jake O'Shea not too far behind. Going to take that next position away from David. So David not having the race right now that he wants, but hopefully he can rebound and make some positions up to help his chances to get into the next round.
Yeah, I think David actually slid through his pit box. I'm looking at his pit time. He spent 27 seconds in his pit box while everybody else spent around 15 seconds.
Good job, Jared. Great catch, Jared. You are right. I'm seeing that too on the table. Yeah. And wow. You can just see how much that set him back, but at least he's on the lead lap and he's not too far out of the battle. I mean, he's still relevant, but like you said, Jared, 10 seconds is a huge, huge loss. All right, Landry seems like he's putting some fast laps times down as we check in on Landry and Co. All right, but looks like we're changing up our stat there, the last 5 lap average, and looks like David Medina Sr. has been the faster car over these last 5 laps. We'll see if David can put the pressure on Landry and Sally. Also looks like Sally's making a charge as he's up there in rankings also. Let's take a look at Sally as he's got Joseph Wolpus in his sights, trying to make the pass around him, which he might coming down the front stretch here.
Yeah, just the line difference between Jason and Joe. Joe was in the corner, was ahead. But you notice how Buddy Sally used all the racetrack to his advantage, went right up to the wall, and just carried all that momentum from the corner with him. So just using as much of the racetrack as he can to maximize his speed and exit, because that is massive when it comes to these long straightaways. It's getting a really solid exit out of the corner.
Well said, Jared. Sorry about that. I just nailed myself in the face with the microphone. So. But yeah, here at Pocono, we're having some long green flag runs, which is good to see. It might come down to strategy here towards the end of the race, but looks like everyone's pitted. It's on the lead laps here.
96 pitting.
There
Like
goes
Matthews,
Smith.
yeah, back down pit road for an unscheduled pit stop, I believe. But David Owens is really struggling here. I've watched him the last 2 laps, and he is fighting his car. It's just within the corners, it's plowing tight, and he just can't get the car to rotate like he wants it to. He's really struggling with the handling of that Mustang.
He's sitting right now in P6. Looks like he's 4.3 seconds behind Malarkey. And Jared Kelly and company have cut that time down to 7.8. From 7.8 to 7 seconds, so they are gaining on Owens.
Yeah, last lap, it looks as David crosses the line. That's a 54.3. That's a 55, and Dante come across the line. It looks like it's a 53.9, so there's just a huge gap of around 7/10 being given up from that ill-handling race car that David Owens got.
Let's take a look here. Let's jump on David Owens. Get a look at his lap times here lately. See what might be going on. Okay. Yeah, Jared, take a look at there. David's just struggling. Very inconsistent right now with his lap time graph. As you can see, really can put down some great lap times, but also at the same time just having some issues with the handling and having some bad laps there. As his average is coming down also after over 5 laps. Jared and Dante, you guys are, Owens is just having a tough time out there by himself.
Yeah, and I think that first initial green drop is when he came back out of the pits. He had new tires, fresh tires, and just pushed them way too hard. And that's when we see the increase of lap time. He starts managing it, and then it just falls off a cliff. Like it just tightened up in a corner, and he just ran way offline, maybe got into the fence a little bit. but then it looks like he gained control back to it, and now it's just he's really just struggling with the handling.
All right, and speaking of now, Jared, you and Wright are now under the 7-second gap to Owens. Let's take a look at guys here. Jared.
Yeah, David's gonna have to defend this somehow with a just pitting and getting fresh tires just to try and stay alive and just protect his position.
Got Jared and Dante Wright working together trying to catch up to Owens. We also have another draft pack basically of Mills.
And David Medina's making a pass for the lead. He makes it in turn 3.
Yeah, Jared, looks like it was just a matter of time. David's got the little bit better long run speed right now over the last 5 laps as he does make that pass on Landry.
Finally getting around, new leader, the number 9.
You see David's chart's a little bit flatter than most drivers, just a little more consistent, and that's what it takes to get champion like David's been. Consistency, hitting your marks and not overdriving the car.
Joe Vulpes fell back into that 5th position. Was running 3rd, ran a couple of laps in the lead. But I think now he's just starting to struggle with the tire wear as he is on an older set of tires than everybody else around him. I believe we are about maybe 10 laps away from another round of green flag pit stops for the end of the race. So everybody will be able to make it on fuel, but it's all about when you want to come down pit road, slow down, trying to figure out how fast the pit road speed is. It looks like it's 55 miles an hour. So these guys are roughly going 170 and they have to drop it all the way down to 55.
Looks like Joseph's having some trouble there. Getting a little bit slower there with that 5-lap average from the top 4 group right now. But Jared and Dante doing real good. They're faster than Joseph right now over the last 5 laps.
Yeah, and Dante just had a really big slide out of turn 3. I mean, he was sideways coming out of the corner.
Dante doing not too bad though. Had that, like I said, finished I think dead last because of that internet connection issue last week, and
Nick, I'm not going to try and pass.
Running P8 though right now. So great job by Dante. Dante's gotten back up to the back bumper of Kelly.
Yeah, it's about, I mean, just looking at the time between David and the 55, it's about a 1 second range right now. So at some point, he has to get new tires. I think that right front's giving away. He's pushing, plowing.
And now the teamwork that made the dream work might be splitting up as Dante, maybe we're just getting fresh, clean air on that nose coming around that turn, Jared, like you were talking about earlier. David Brenner, though, looks like he's having some resurgence, Jared, as his times are starting to do pretty well on the top 5 as he's sitting in P12. He's a second and a half behind the trio of Mills, Kyle, and Buell. David needing everything he can get to get into that next round like we were talking about earlier. Jake Shea, also P13. Kind of out there on an island. 6.7 seconds behind Brenner. Max Duvall at 99 is another 7 seconds behind Jake. It's Kelly and Wright switching spots almost through the turns, and then Wright gets back in line.
And I think we're just going to see it with the momentum that they just keep building up. Not to mention also the shifting that goes on at this racetrack.
All right, Landry still 0.2 of a second behind.
And David Owens is coming down pit road.
Low down there, locks up the rear tires just a little bit. Able to get it under control. So he's coming in. 26 laps remaining.
Finally gave up that spot, trying to get the fresh tires. But now it's up to the rest of the field to try and respond to that.
Landry, stand by, or are they going to stay out? Hanging out one more time. 19.
Yeah, at the latest, it would be around lap 60 to come down pit road, and that only gives you about 15 laps on a new set of tires, so we'll have to see what the plans are for everybody else. So we did see if you pit later, the amount of time you lose.
Yeah, Jared, we saw that firsthand. Great call there by you. All right, so we got the Landry, David Medina senior battle. Got Kelly and company working. They're trying to chase down now. Joseph, you guys got, that's a 12-second gap between you and all right, David Owens is back on track with those fresh tires. See what kind of progress he can make. As the number 31's probably got the back of Nick Mills' car memorized by now. Probably draw it from memory. Where'd David Buell go? Did David Buell pit? I think he might have pitted. Or he is a lap down right now, so on the scoring sheet. Yeah, he pitted lap 51. That is what happened there.
And Justin Malarkey coming down pit road now. So he's going to make his pit stop for the end of the race.
Yeah, the
roughly 23 to go.
Yep, putting on those fresh right sides. Going to go around and get the left sides done. Let's see what kind of pit stop this is for Malarkey. All right, that's a 14-second stop on the time. A little slower than some of the other drivers, but not too shabby. My dogs are going nuts. Hold on.
Yeah, really good pit stop there from Justin Malarkey. David Owens made that earlier stop, had about a 16.5 second pit stop, so not a great stop for the number 11 team. As now Buddy Sally goes down pit road. 21 laps remaining. 22.
All right, back. Sorry about that. Let's see here.
Yeah, I was just telling the viewers that Buddy Sally's now down pit road.
Oh, very good. Very good. All right, we'll see where he cycles out.
14.6 second pit stop for Buddy Sally. A few hundreds faster than Justin Malarkey. As now Joe Volpis goes down pit road. Dante Wright coming down pit road as well this time.
Ooh, looks like he's coming in hot. Gets that thing slowed down just in the nick of time, I believe. Yeah, he does. I don't think he showed up on the penalty sheet, so great job. Man, he coming in hot there. Was able to get that thing woed down in time. So we'll see how his pit stop comes out and where he cycles out.
Nick Mills in now. $14.9 for Joe Volpis. $15 for Dante. And finally for Nick, it's a 14.6 second stop. How about this? Lap 55, the number 55 comes down pit road.
Is that why usually has your car number 55? It's just easy for you to, like, your crew chief's just like, Jared, just look at the number of your car, man. That's when we want you to come down pit road.
You know, the funny thing is, usually something happens on lap 55 most times. It's like an accident or something happens. I don't know what happens for sure, but something always usually happens. But now David Brenner is also in.
Your leaders, though, still out on those fresh tires, and that's going to be Landry and David Medina Sr.
15.4 for the 55. And 14.5 for David Brenner. So because of that early pit stop from David Owens, now the duo of Dante and Jared are now in front of him. Kevin and Kyle coming down pit road now. Now it's just up to Medina and Landry to come down.
Laps here at Pocono. Laps are ticking down. Had a very good race so far. No one caution at the very beginning of the race and that took out Dennis Puckett. He's 54 laps down. Not looking good for his playoff hopes going into the round to make the round of 10. Some drivers though that needed a big push, and that would be Joseph Fulfus, Jack Saval Crawl, and Dante Wright, all in the top 10. So this will go well to bid for their chances to make it in the next round as of now. But Jack Saval needs a pit still. Hasn't pitted since laps 34. As Medina goes in now, the leader has gone in. Jason Landry's going to stay out and go ahead and take that lead lap. on board with the number 50 right now. Let's take a look at David Buell. Looks like David Buell's in the close battle. I have him a lap down right now, though.
Yeah, I think once Landry cycles in, he'll be back on the lead lap.
Yeah, that's what it is, Jared. Malarkey and Buddy Sally, though, right now, the two cars to keep an eye on. Their last 5 laps are very fast. They're doing great on the graph here. They're making moves, so we'll have to see where those two end up.
Yeah, now Landry's in the pits, so everybody's getting their laps back. Yeah, Jason had a 14.6 second stop. David Medina with a 14.8.
As the 50 almost pushes the 99 out of the way, I think he wasn't sure if he was going to use him to help him draft down the track, but Jax just doesn't have the speed right now, and he's slowing him down a little bit, so the 50 makes his way around the 99 without incident.
Joe Volpes kind of on the island all by himself. No help whatsoever. And 12 seconds behind is the 33 of Dante Wright. Gonna see if he can try and catch up to him for that top 5 position.
David Owens that came in earlier than most other cars, came in on lap 50. He's hanging in there at position 8 right now. Last pitted at lap 50. His times are on par with everyone right now, but probably not for long, as those old tires are going to start catching up to him.
Yeah, I'm watching Joe's line, and he's just, I hate to say it, but he's just giving up so much time not using the racetrack. He kind of just leaves that line up near the wall. He just doesn't use it all up, and he's really just throwing away precious tenths, just not going up there.
Is that, you're saying that more on exit?
Yeah, on exit. He just doesn't use majority of the racetrack.
He's probably needs to get on the gas there a little bit sooner, so he's gonna carry more of that momentum to the outside wall because he has more space to make that turn.
Yeah, because if you go to the guys behind him, Dante and the 55, they are just closing into the wall, just using as much as the wall as they can. I learned it from my driver 61 classes, just using all the racetrack that you can.
Driver 69 class or 61?
Yep, 61.
Oh, okay.
So it definitely has really good tips for road course, and you can also transfer it over to the oval stuff. So as a perfect example, Jason Landry taking the class, and he's up there in the podium positions.
Who?
Landry?
Never heard of him. All right, let's take a look here at...
I think it's because he's too far ahead of you, Kev.
That's probably what it is. Never seen him on the track. That makes sense. All right, looks like Buell and the number 31 were trying to work together to catch back up to Nick Mills, but looks like that's a 2.5 seconds lead over Kyle and company. Dante Wright and co are trying to catch up to... Owens fell back more as Wright and Kelly make the pass on Owens.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the 10-lap average, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but Kelly's at the top of the list, it looks like there.
Yes, sir. You are a nose ahead of everyone right now. You guys are putting down the times.
But we are coming down to 12 laps to go. Close to 11. And we're going to start seeing the battle start heating up for those who are close as it comes down to crunch time for the points. Every spot is a point. And don't forget about the 0x. There's still plenty of people that are in contention for that bonus point, so every point matters here.
$21 in the 50. Looks like Jason's just happy right now, right behind the 21. Just following his footsteps, saving some tire, using the draft. As he tried to run down David Medina Sr. right now. That 0.7 of a second lead over Sally.
Yeah, Jason is about 0.4 faster than Buddy right now, so Jason's just trying to maximize a run like he is right now down the front straightaway. Get to his inside and maybe try and take advantage of going into turn 1. Looks like Buddy's going to hold tight, but he's going to eventually lose it as Jason just slides up right in front of him.
You almost see the front end of that car wiggle a little bit on Sally's as Jason made completed that move.
Ten laps to go here at Pocono. Just going throughout all the battles. You got the battle for the lead between the top 3 within a second from each other. Dante and the 55 really close, so there could be a fight there, and also between Kevin Kyle, Nick Mills, and David Beal. Beal kind of fell out just a little bit. We'll see if Kevin can get up to that top spot, or not top spot, but in front of Nick.
So my whole goal in life is to try to beat Nick Mills.
That kind of hurts me, Kev. I thought I was your.
You're too far
I
up
thought
there.
I was your challenge.
Too far up
Oh,
there.
you're talking about today. Got it.
Yeah, today.
There'll be a time where you beat me. I won't like it, but there'll be a time.
All right, Sally and Landry still battling out. It looks like that's causing them to lose some more time to David Medina, because now Medina had that lead stretched out to 1.4, and now 1.2 as Jason now has some clean air.
Well, now there's a lap car of Jack Duvall in front of the 33 and the 55, so this could present a passing opportunity. Now Jax is going to get a really good front row seat to a battle.
I think that's Jake O'Shea, I believe.
It was the 99.
In front of Landry right now?
No, in front of the Dante.
Oh, Dante. I'm sorry. I am on the right. Thank you. I'm on the wrong people.
But yeah, 8 laps to go. Coming to 7. Look really good push down the second straightaway into the really fast turn 2. Oh, as he scuffs the wall just a little bit there between Dante right. These are some really good battles going on between the 3 groups. Gap between Kevin Kyle and Nick Mills is roughly half a second. So there's still some chances there.
Little engine that could. Looks like
There's
Kevin's
always
running a
battle
little
for the
faster.
lead.
Yeah. Yeah. Take a look there. Yeah, David's leads now just to about a second as Landry's just catching him just a little bit each lap. It's going to be hard here to go with only 5 laps remaining.
Oh, not to switch it up on you, Kev, but the 55 and the 33 are side by side going down the front straightaway. There's just so many battles going on. I wish we had the technology to put multiple battles up on screen.
That would be pretty amazing, as now the gloves are off between these two.
Oh, he's a little sideways. 55 sideways through turn 2.
Don't worry about me, Jared. I'm letting you two race. I'm just watching.
Great radio communication.
I get paid by the show.
I'll send you 55
Looks like the
cents.
31's finally caught up to the back of Nick. I don't know if he passes him here or not. I can't remember.
Yeah, 10 separating those two.
Davis now driven up to a 1.3 lead over Landry. Sally's falling back almost to a second. Malarkey 9 seconds back of that battle as Dante Wright and Jared Kelly, Kevin Kyle, and Nick Mills right now the closest battles on the track, I believe. Kevin's going to fall back because he's not able to use that momentum properly to make the pass. Has to come back maybe another time if there's still time left in this race, but time is of the essence with only 4 laps left. Let's take a look back at the 33.
Now the showboat is side by side with the 55 or the 33 as they go into turn 1. Dante's still with the advantage.
Landry too, just an update on the Landry battle. It looks like he might be a little bit faster here at the end, so we'll have to see if he can catch David up with the last 3 laps. It's going to be tough as he's with the 55. He's got the corner entry.
He tried this once, got sideways the last time, see if he can make it stick. Looks like he does. They're going to be side by side going through the long turn 3 as he clears him. Pulls right up in front.
Does Dante have anything left in the tank for Jared Kelly? Doesn't appear so. Looks like Dante's just going to have to hold on. See if he can use that draft to catch back up to try to make another pass. As now Landry is closing in on David Medina. Just about a half a second back now from a second. But only 2 laps remaining. Not sure if there is enough time.
Yeah, last lap Jason was 3/10 faster. Let's see what he has this time as he almost gets up to the wall. Another 3/10 separating the two of them. So Jason is coming with 2 laps to go. Dante's falling off a little bit. Kevin is also falling off of Nick about a few tenths of a second, so it is really this battle for the lead. 4/10 separating them. But as they come across the line, we'll have to see where all these battles played out.
All right, Jared, Flag Man's got waving the white flag last time by. Or does Jason Landry have anything left for Medina as they come into turn 1? Hit the braking zone, fluctuating that throttle.
Jason looked like he got a little loose in the rear end in the middle of the corner, but Loose is fast from the old Cole Trickle stain. Gap now down to a 10th and a half through turns 2. Medina sideways loose. Jason doesn't pounce on it. He checks up. That could have been the race right there.
Could have been. Jared, if that was you in front of me, I would have ran right over you.
Oh, it would have been the exact same way. I would have wrecked you. Out of 3, David Medina is going to win at Pocono. Landry second. Now what happens with Jared and Dante? Is there room?
Good win, Medina. That was really fun.
Sally's going to bring in 3rd, Justin Malarkey 4th. Joseph Volpes takes 5th.
Dante looking to the inside of the 55. Can the 55 hold it on the outside? Dante got loose. He clears him. What a race.
David Owens bringing it in. 8th place, Nick Mills. 9th, Kevin Kyle going to bring in 10th. David Buell brings it in 11th as he exits turn 3. Jake Shea is going to follow up with a P12. Jax Duvall Crawl. Looks like he's going to be bringing it in. P13.
Yeah, and David Brenner, I think, crashed 10 laps ago under no way that we knew. But back on the front straightaway, it's David Medina doing the victory donuts. Every donut on track is a donation to your local donut shop.
That's right, Jared.
So Pensacola, Florida, your donut shop's getting a good donation from our race winner.
That's true, Jared. Well said. Now, Jared, I got a question. When David Medina's doing these burnouts and stuff, and there's cars lap back trying to finish, I mean, is that throwing off some of the cars trying to still finish? Or is it already called at that time?
No, if they're a lap down, then they finish 1 lap down, so they don't get to do that extra lap.
Okay.
But those on the lead lap would have already crossed the start-finish line.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, congratulations to David Medina Sr. for the win here at Pocono Raceway. And I do not have the updated stats on me. I wish next time I will, because I want to update it. But I will have, I'll update the cut line, and we'll go from there. But it looks like taking a look at Dennis Puckett is in the hole big time with a P19. Our next man would be David Brenner with a P14. Started the day below the cut line, ended up 14th. Same thing with Jax Duvall. Another not great showing there for Duvall. He needed to have a good race. But great job there by Volpes and Wright, rebounding from last week's race with top 10s. And you got your other contenders there up in the front as always. So we'll look forward to the next race. I believe it's at Phoenix.
That's going to be a fun one.
And if you're lucky, me and Jared might just start it up here in the next couple of minutes. I got to talk to the producers and see what we have going on tap. But thank you, everyone, for watching. God bless, and we will catch